Typecasting in Java. So typecasting ideally refer to converting one data type to another. Right. So that is depend upon the requirement of a program that what actually they are looking for. So there we'll have two types. First is implicit. Implicit, what we did, we convert smaller to large. Or for example, see, actually implicit is what? Let me tell you, we have two types of data. First is data type of small level. Okay, like what I can say, I'll have an integer. So integer accept some minimum range. Then we'll have float. So whatever is in float that cannot be converted to integer. But whatever is in integer that can transfer to float. So now we'll have implicit as what? We'll have a smaller. And what is that? What that smaller does? Smaller is saying that larger data types happens automatically when there is no loss of data. So how this works in that way? Like if I want to convert any integer to float, so that works. Okay. If I want to convert any float to double, that works. So, like for example, let me implement a code for this. Right click new class, that is test typecast. Okay. And then let me call the main. I'll have a main function. So I'll have an integer number that is 10. And now if I want to type double, d equals to number. So I did not face any issue. Right. Let me print d. So that works for me. This is implicit, like internally we are doing that. But if I convert this double, okay, and there I'll just go as an integer. Now we are facing issue. This is known as the typecasting. Okay, this is the issue of typecasting. That's why we are facing issue because that size can be larger. Now, what is the second type? This is the second type. Now, which I showed with the implementation. That is known as narrowing casting. Okay, and or that is known as explicit. If explicitly we want to do anything. So it means larger to smaller. Right. Earlier, what we'll have smaller to larger data type, and then we'll have larger to smaller. So that should be done manually. Okay. It means it should be done manually. We'll have something which is known as parsing. So that parsing we can also implement there. Ideally, this is typecasting, but we can also do parsing in that case. Now, what should be that scenario? What should happen in that scenario? In that case, we need to pass there as a parameter that is integer. Now, this what we are doing, see that is double. This value is 10. So 10 can be easily accepted as a integer. So that's why we did this as a explicit. Output remains 10. Now, earlier, what was the output? Earlier output was 10.0. And like, see, if I'll go with 9.65, let me save this. Now it gives us a precise output, the exact output, which is 9. See, that is coming as a 9. So this is known as typecasting. Now, why we require typecasting? See, typecasting is required to compatible, like to provide a compatibility between the data types. We have one more example for that. What are those examples? If I'll have any string a comma b, and now I defined a equals to 10, string defined in that way, b equals to 27. Now if I'll go with sysout a plus b, so output is not 30, output is 1020. That will going to concat the data. So what we want? See, now we want them to be typecast. So we'll have a wrapper class. That wrapper class is integer. This is a wrapper class. One second. Integer, and that wrapper class has couple of methods. That has a method which is parse int, right? Now this is the definition of the method. There you can see that can parse the method once. Let me search that and segment it. This method. So see there you can see it is accepting this as a string. In the same way we'll have a different which is only accepting string as a data. See there it is accepting string as a data and it returns that as a integer value. So how we'll work on this? This is the API. Now if I'll type integer dot parse int. So if I'll go with uh, a and the same, let me type for B. Then what I can do, I can store them into integer C equals to this, integer D equals to this. And now what I can do, if I'm going to print A plus B, instead of this, if I'm going to print C plus D. Now see, this is C plus D. So that gives us 30 as an output because now it is treated as an integer. We'll have A and B. So this is also a type of parsing. So typecasting is changing the data type based on the requirement. And there we can find that the compatibility is not 10 plus 20, it's not 1020. That is concatenation. So that's why we can do parsing. Parsing can be done for float as well, for double, anything, whatever data types exist. With them, we can perform the parsing. So that's it about the parsing.